Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to build a presentation deck that will not 2x, 3x, but 4x your closing. So this is exactly how it's going to work, right? Obviously, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to give a prompt over to Claude. We're going to be using Claude. So the tools that you'll need: Claude Code, Gamma.app, as well as Lovable or Figma, just to kind of build your presentation deck on. Yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the video here. As we can see, we are currently in my Slack channel. And as you guys can see, you can see all the, you might be wondering, like, what channel is this specifically? It's a ChatGPT transcript feedback. So I created an automation. So whenever a meeting ends, right? Typically what happens is it's going to give me a full-on transcript from my note taker, which I use as Fathom. It's going to give me a full-on transcript of everything that has been said in the specific meeting, right? Once that is all finished, it's going to essentially come down and it's going to give me a summarization of exactly how the meeting went, the problems that they have, and the solution awareness of exactly what we can build up for them specifically from the standard SOPs that we have created for ChatGPT used to kind of determine what services we can provide to help them get to their goal, right? So it's going to give us a full-on transcript. Once the transcript is summarized, it's going to give me the feedback. As you guys can see, it's going to give us the client name. It's going to give us the problems identified. As you guys can see right here, he's a single operator. He has lead generation issues. His administrative has some burns, so he's typically doing everything himself on the admin side as well, which also correlates to single operator. And he has limited marketing strategy, means it's also correlated to lead generation issues. He's not getting as much leads in, right? So that's when we can pretty much come into the solutions we offer, plugging in our standard SOPs with a lead generation system, an automation task, AI integrations, custom marketing strategies, and ongoing support. So it's pretty much giving us exact blueprint without me having to hiring in a VA or me having to write all these notes down. We can pretty much have all this automated after the meeting is finished, right? So once that is done, typically how we are going to do this is we're going to build out a presentation deck. Now, you do not need to hire in someone to create your presentation deck. You do not need to do this by yourself. It's going to take you hours and hours, and you don't have that time of hours in a day to do all of that, right? For every single client as you scale. So what you're gonna do is we're just gonna put this to the side here. And this is typically how the typical presentation deck should look like, right? So obviously the pricing, the guarantee, the questions, client testimonials, as well, the implementation process. This is exactly how everything should be working, right? Now, this is how it's gonna work. You're gonna come into Gamma, and it's called, obviously it's called Gamma, right? So I'm gonna put Gamma.app, refresh it, and it's gonna look like something like this. You're gonna have to put in some credits. If you have 0 credits, then that's too bad. You're gonna have to buy credits, but if you do start a new account, that totally works for you, right? So this is how it's going to work. Just because I have 0 credits, I'm just going to show you guys exactly how the process works. So we're going to press create new. We're not going to we're going to hit generate. We're not going to do paste and text. We're not going to do create from template. We're not going to import file or URL. We're going to hit strictly generate. Once we hit generate, what we're going to do is come into Claude now and ask them, using this prompt right here with a client I had a meeting with, here are the solutions and problems he's facing, right? So problems they're facing and solutions we can help. Sorry for that, help with, right? Now, once you're done with that, you just come back into your automated Slack channel, come here, and literally just copy and paste all this right here. So copy, click out here. Here is the prompt to use, right? So boom, copy, and make sure to create it where it's a presentation I can put into Gamma.app. Boom, you just wait. And Claude Code is going to give you the prompt. Now, the reason why we use Claude instead of ChatGPT or anything else is because Claude is better in tune to giving you prompts when you're trying to put in a prompt for something else. For example, in ChatGPT, it's better for personal life tips. Grok is is another one which is also good, but it's more better for like technical things in terms of like coding. Claude is best for like prompting, engineering. It's also good for helping you with debugging as well, but just wanted to give you guys some pointers, right? So now it's giving us the prompt. We just gotta wait here real quick. And typically, just to kind of show you guys how this works, is once the prompt is set, we come back into Gamma and we just pretty much put it in here, right? We can put this into 10 cards, we can put this into 20, 15, 75, but anything above 10, you're gonna have to pay more extra for, right? And I think Gamma, not sponsored by the way, is anywhere from like, I want to say like $20, $30 a month. So it's not really worth it, to be honest, but if you just create like a bunch of different free accounts, you can just kind of abuse this. Right? So this is how it's going to work, right? So you can do 1 card, 2 cards, blah, blah. We're going to just do 10 cards here. I don't think I'm maybe even able to create a presentation, but if we come back, now you can see the prompt is pretty much there, right? So this is how it's going to work. We're going to come here and then scroll all the way down. And then here's just the prompt. We're just going to copy all this, paste it in here. And then just pretty much after that, we're just going to hit edit prompt. Once we edit prompt, then that's when you can obviously, customize it as well. So we're gonna hit generate, and obviously you can see, oh, well, it's not 30 a month, I guess it's 9 or 18. But typically when we do generate, you guys can kind of like customize it as well. Like if you guys wanna use this filter, this one, this style of the presentation, you can. This one here, themes, you guys can also choose themes. But I'm just gonna come back and show you guys exactly the ones that I've generated in the past before and how it looks like, right? So this is exactly how it should look like. So this is the problems that the clients are facing, and these are the solutions that the clients are facing. Like I said, you can change up the theme, you can change up the layout, but this is exactly how it's gonna work, right? So now it's pretty much all done for you in the span of less than a minute. You put in the prompt, you plug it into Gamma.ai, and there you go. You have a whole presentation just built out for you. You can make some slight adjustments as well, but making those slight adjustments shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes tops, right? So now you've done all of this in a span of 10 to 15 minutes. Now what you can do is once you're done with this, you can obviously hit present and just present it like this way, right? Boom, it looks natural. Either way works. But if you want to plug this into Figma, right, which is right here, you can just pretty much come here, drag and drop it, boom, there, problems, solutions, just kind of like showing them exactly what your processes look like, how the implementation is going to work, client results and blah, blah, and then, questions, guarantees, and everything such as that nature, right? And once you're done with that, you're just going to come here, hit share, hit copy presentation link, and we're just going to go to a different tab, boom, and there you go. You guys can see, obviously now it's a full-on presentation on Figma. So now you guys can kind of like go through your whole presentation deck saying, hey, we are Ascendius, blah, blah, blah. These are the problems you're facing. This is the solution. This is why most businesses fail, and this is why you could fail if you don't put in the right systems in place. Just giving them a little bit more urgency. And then this is just kind of showing them like your results, the processes that you built out in the past with your past clients and who you're working with right now, showing them the results that they've gotten. This is the implementation phase, the implementation roadmap. So typically showing them exactly how everything's just going to plug in. This is the implementation roadmap, how we're going to essentially build these systems for you and implement it for you and deploy them. This is the client results. Obviously, always have client testimonials. If you don't have them, then try your best to get referrals. Or do trial periods to try and get more referrals as well. And then typically you want to kind of end it off where it's like questions. You want to make sure that you always make sure that they don't have questions, because now you're eliminating every objection, everything that you've pretty much, they've had in their mind. Obviously they might have one more question, like some questions they might have forgotten about, but you want to make sure that you advise to always get the necessary questions before going on to the guarantees and pricing, right? So yeah, like I said, from here on out, it's just more of like the guarantees. Next slide is like the pricing and stuff like that, right? So that's essentially it. Just to kind of give you like a whole overview again, you're going to use Figma to present your whole pitch deck. Then you're going to come into Gamma.ai to essentially, create that presentation. You put in the prompt. You're going to come into Claude to put in the prompt you got from ChatGPT. And then from ChatGPT, if you guys want a separate video, I'm more than happy to make it. I can show you guys exactly how to automate this into your Slack channels. But from here, obviously Slack, you can have 2 separate ones where it's like the whole transcript, which is summarized into one. And then the other one is more of like the feedback where, it gives you the problems that you can, the problems that they're facing and the solutions that you can create for them to help them solve that problem.